Hi there, and welcome to The Daily Gardener, an almanac of garden history, literature, and small botanical joys. I'm Jennifer Eveling, and today is January 20th. In the garden, January is a month of plans more than action. Seed catalogs pile up, lists are made, dreams are revised. And so it's a fitting day to remember the people who made gardens possible, not always by planting them, but by supporting, studying, and sometimes stubbornly defending them. It's time for today's garden history. It was on this day in 1644 that Henry Danvers, the first Earl of Danby, died. Danvers is remembered by gardeners not for the plants he grew, but for the garden he made possible. In 1621, Danvers founded what would become the Oxford Botanic Garden, the oldest botanic garden in Britain. At the time, the land he donated lay opposite Magdalen College and had once served as a Jewish burial ground. Danvers conveyed 5 acres to the University of Oxford, quote, for the enjoyment of the study of physique and botany. It was an act of vision rather than speed. The garden wasn't fully planted until the 1640s, and Danvers did not live to see it flourish. But he ensured its future, having the ground raised, enclosed by high stone walls, and endowed through his will so that it could be maintained long after his death. Gardeners understand this kind of legacy, a reminder that gardens have stood at the intersection of science, belief, and the public good. And it was on this day in 1907 that Thomas Serle Jerrold died. Tom was trained as a gardener at Wadsworth under Sir Joseph Paxton, the same Paxton who would later design the Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition of 1851. During Tom's apprenticeship, Paxton was sketching ideas that would change architecture while teaching young gardeners how to grow things well. Tom went on to become a writer who believed gardens should be practical as well as beautiful. His books carried titles that gardeners immediately understand. The Garden That Paid the Rent, Our Kitchen Garden, and Household Horticulture. Tom spent years living in Canada and returned to England late in life and left behind not only books, but a philosophy that gardens are meant to sustain households, not just impress visitors. In today's Unearthed Words, we hear an excerpt from Eliot Wadsworth II of White Flower Farm. Eliot wrote, "My appetite for new plants is like most people's appetite for macadamia nuts." And every gardener can relate to this sentiment. You don't need another plant, but somehow you always have room for just one more. It's time to grow that garden library with today's book, The Winter Garden by Richard Rosenfeld. This is a thoughtful, seasonal book that invites gardeners to slow down and to notice what winter reveals: structure, light, patience, and the quiet forms of beauty that don't announce themselves in bloom. It's a perfect January book, reflective, observant, and written for gardeners who know that winter is not an interruption, but part of the cycle. And finally, here's something sweet to ignite the little botanic spark in your heart. It was on this day in 1820 that Napoleon Bonaparte, exiled on the island of St. Helena, was reported to have taken up gardening. It makes sense, really. Confined, restless, and stripped of power, Napoleon turned to the small control a garden allows, arranging paths, directing plantings, taking an interest in what grew and where. Gardening gave Napoleon something immediate and living to tend. But the story doesn't end peacefully. That same day, Napoleon reportedly shot Count Bertrand's goat after the animal wandered into the garden and ate his plants. Even in exile, even in reflection, Napoleon remained Napoleon. The episode is funny, yes, but it's also revealing. Gardens ask for patience. They ask for restraint. And not everyone, even great historical figures, is equally suited to those lessons. As we close today's show, remember, wherever you are, whatever you're planning, may you find something today worth tending. And remember, for a happy, healthy life, garden every day.